So today I want to talk about how a CRM will save you time and make you money because I think so many people, if you just do a Google search for free CRMs, you'll see that there's or you even go do keyword research for that term. A lot of people are looking for free CRMs, and I think to myself, why is so many people not willing to pay for something that is so powerful? It's a bit like saying I want a free car. I know the car is a benefit. I know it's going to get me from A to B quicker in more comfort and probably keep me out of the weather if the weather's bad. But you're willing to go pay for a car. A CRM is going to get you there quicker, make it more efficient, and give you better results. So in business, I think you really need to think about how you use this technology and be willing to invest in something that is going to suit you and your business. So let's talk about some of the benefits of a CRM. My main thing that I love about a CRM is it helps you keep up with your sales process or your lead flow. So when an inquiry comes in, so for example, if you go to my website and you download my lead magnet, which is at this stage, the main one I have there is a business planning template on maxmyprofit.com.au. I'm happy for you to go and do it so you can see what happens. My CRM will send you an email with the download. Okay, so it starts the process. It says, thanks for downloading this. Now, if I had to personally email each person their business planning template, that would take a lot of time and I'd probably forget some. And let's say, if you think about it, you only get one chance at a first impression. I don't want it taking a long time for you to get that freebie because that's the first impression. It might be, oh boy, what happened? So the first thing is it does a lot of things like that. So it starts the lead flow of the sales process. It then creates a task for one of my team to call you because all our opt-ins ask for a phone number, and that does lower the amount of people that opt in, but it increases the quality of the people that actually download our guides. But what it does is it tells people, our CRM then automatically creates a task, allocates it to a person to call them within 24 hours. The CRM then continues the sales process by, that person can decide whether they qualify for the next step or not. And if they do, they'll book them in for a sales appointment. That'll then create a task for the salesperson to do like an introductory call. It'll send another email out. It'll book the appointment in everyone's diary. It just automates everything. Now, let's say you download that guide and we don't get a hold of you. Well, then you're still in our CRM. We'll still communicate with you. So I think it's a really good way to, make sure that you are keeping your sales process consistent and tight. And this is really important if you're hiring salespeople. I'll talk a bit about that soon because if you're hiring people, then you want to make sure you understand what it is they're doing and they're not just doing their own thing. So thanks, Kerry. I can see Kerry's left a note there. Wish you'd listened to us 5 years ago when we suggested it to a group. CRM, I didn't even know what it stood for. And so many people don't, Kerry. So thanks for being brave and making that comment. I think so many people don't know what a CRM can do, and it's just so powerful. So the second thing I think that a CRM can do much easier than anything else is organize all your data. I know people that are still using spreadsheets, and they're just a mess, absolute mess, difficult to sort through. Difficult to keep up to date, and you just end up with columns and columns of stuff that makes it difficult for you to stay on top of. With a CRM, it just organizes everything, and a good CRM will let you create groups or tag people based on their behavior. And what that means is you can communicate with people in different ways depending on how they came into your database. So if somebody came to you through a free event, so for example, we run a lot of webinars, we actually have a group or a tag in our CRM called Webinar VIPs. And we actually tell those people they're VIPs, but those people get invited to our webinars first. And sometimes we only invite those people if we've got other marketing activities on, because we know that group of people are more likely to come to an online event because we know they've been to them before. We can actually exclude people in our database that never come to an event because we know all it's going to do is annoy them with emails that they're unlikely to respond to. So, it just helps you really keep data organized. Inside of our CRM, we have a lead scoring function, and it uses flames. So, the old terminology, is it a warm lead, is it a hot lead, is it a cold lead? So in our CRM, it actually uses little flames, and we're able to tell the CRM when to allocate flames to that particular prospect. So things like that are also very, very powerful. So when it comes to organizing your data, and you've got to prioritize what it is you do or who you talk to or who you communicate with, a spreadsheet's never going to cut it. It just isn't, right? So a CRM's always going to do it better, and I think that's another good reason to really invest in one. I already mentioned sales team with the sales process being consistent, but my third reason why I think a CRM will definitely save you money time and make you money is that it helps you manage a sales team without having to micromanage people. Now, sales people by their very nature can be a little bit fluid. Is probably a good word to use. I don't want to offend any salespeople. I am one myself, by the way. And so it's good if you can have a system that gives you, as a sales manager or a business owner, gives you the information you need to manage that group of people really effectively. So how many appointments are they doing? How many calls are they doing? What's their conversion rates? What do the sales results look like? I can, within an instant, with one click of a button, and we did this the other day. Me and my business partner looked at our team's conversion rates from the inception of time. We can look at the last quarter, we can look at the last year, we can look at the last week, just one click of a button, and we can look at that data. If it wasn't for the CRM, that would be very difficult to do because the CRM tracks everything. It knows how many appointments they've booked, knows how many they've completed, it knows how many sales they got, it knows how many clients they're working with. It does all of it for us. So we don't have to micromanage anybody. We can just look at the data, and that enables us to make better decisions and then also provide training in the right areas. Okay, so it's invaluable information you're not going to get from a spreadsheet, and you're not going to get just from your knowledge. Which leads me to the fourth thing is reporting. So, when it comes to reporting, now I'm a big fan of reporting, but I don't like too many reports. I don't want them to be overcomplicated, and some CRMs do go too far. What you need to decide is what's important to you from a reporting point of view. So one of the things I like to track is how many new contacts come into our database each month. It's one of my main KPIs that I keep for myself personally from a marketing point of view, because I know that to continue to grow my business, I need new, fresh contacts in my database every month. And so a lot of my marketing activity is driven towards that, is getting people to opt into my free lead magnets or webinars or, even JVs when I do joint ventures with other people. That's a big drive that I do. So I have that reporting. Part of on my dashboard actually tells me how many new leads I've got that month. You might want reporting on how many new clients you got, or how many sales meetings there was, or how many particular product lines were sold. So all of that should be able to come out of your CRM. Very, very important to be able to do that from a business point of view, and only you can decide which reporting is going to be more important to you. The fifth thing that I've written down here on my list is to save time with automation. I can't tell you how much time we have saved, but I know for a fact that we do stuff in our business now that if it wasn't for our CRM, we would have to hire a couple of more people to run everything. Our business does everything from it will automate when somebody logs into our membership site to when somebody payment doesn't go through, to when a new client comes on, it guides them through the startup process, the onboarding. Our system also gives our team member the ability, their team members, to learn about our business when they do their induction. So it just has automated so many things. And so, as I said, a CRM is much more than just contact record management now. A CRM should include a whole bunch of automation. It also links with things. So, for example, we run a lot of campaigns on Facebook, for example, and we automatically get our leads from Facebook into our CRM. So, we don't have to manually take them from Facebook and then re-enter them manually. It's all automatically done with automation. So, we use a thing called Zapier, Zapier, and it connects a lot of things together. It connects a lot of things with our CRM. And so you can automate a lot of activities. For example, when our telemarketer does a call, they call out of our CRM. If they book an appointment, the CRM automatically does a whole host of things, including puts that into a Google spreadsheet for that particular person. So we've got an external tracking as well of that particular person's list of appointments that is easy for them to see because they don't have the same search functionality in our CRM as we do for reporting. And we can put feedback on there for that person. So they can get better and they can be trained, so that it gives you this automation that you don't get otherwise. Which leads me to the sixth thing, which is you can create workflows. So when we talk about automation, sorry, a bit of a frog in my throat, workflows are highly important. And if you're flow charting a process, there's a good chance that that process can be automated inside of a CRM. And it means that you can do things a lot quicker and easier with clients. So if a client has an issue, for example, or a delivery is late, you can have workflows built into your CRM that just save you a heap of time and make it easy for you to be able to, just keep on top of everything. Because in business, it's too hard to keep on top of everything. Oh, I just have a wet the whistle there. That leads me to seventh one, which is managing customer payments. A lot of people don't realize you can do this with a lot of CRMs these days. Ours does all our customer payments. We don't have any other system for managing customer payments. It manages it all. We just put their payment details into our system, and then every month it just automatically takes the payment. Now, you might not be on a monthly recurring subscription base, but that's okay. There's a lot of CRMs that will do product-based things as well, and enable you to be able to take that away from somebody else having to worry about collecting money. So we don't have a debt collector at all, because we just don't ever have money outstanding, because the CRM runs everything for us. I mean, just that alone is a worthwhile investment in a CRM. And then I'm going to give you my eighth thing that I think is vital, is that you can do email marketing. And so email marketing is something that I know a lot of businesses are doing, and they typically do it in an email marketing software. But if you can have a CRM that does that as well, it saves you having to have a separate third-party app to do your email marketing, and it will tie in and keep all your records up to date with everything that they've done. Email marketing is something that you should be doing. So if you're not collecting details and building a database in your CRM, then that's a big mistake. So a lot of people only use their CRM once somebody becomes a customer. I'm a big fan of using it for prospects as well. So our CRM might have, I think it's got about 35,000 records in there. And of course, we don't have anywhere near that number of customers, but they're just prospects. They're people that have downloaded something, been to an event. Maybe it's been a list that we've built some years ago, because I've been doing this for 20 years, but it allows me to email market to those people that are opted in. Okay, not all 35,000 are opted in. And in fact, there's only about 5,000 that are very engaged users in our email marketing, maybe 6,000. But the reality is that allows us to continually email market. So when we run an event, when we do something, we can invite that database to come and engage with us. And it's one of the reasons why even things like a group that you might set up on Facebook, you'll get more people if you have an email marketing database that you can invite people to that group if you're running events of any type. And you really, you could use it as a way to start communicating with your database. And when you do email marketing, for example, let's say you send out a really helpful tip about one of your products or services, you can then identify those that clicked on the email, open the email, and you can put them into a call list for your salespeople or for yourself to call. Or you can put them into another nurture sequence where maybe they get a video from you, or maybe they get some special offer from you because they've clicked or opened that email. You know that particular person has already seen that information and has looked at it, and maybe they opened it because they were interested in that particular subject. Then the subject line made them open the email. So a CRM is very, very valuable from that particular point as well. So in summary, I think a CRM is a fantastic investment. Don't ever ask yourself, and don't ever ask me, do you know where I can find a free CRM? Because I say, if you want a free CRM, then you're asking the wrong question. What you need to ask is, what CRM is going to be best to to save me the most time and make me the most money? Because then you'll be willing to pay for it. And some CRMs are hundreds of dollars a month, depending on the size of your business. But if you've got to spend, say, $100 a month as a small business on a bit of software that is going to save you a heap of time, but also make you money because it keeps on top of your sales pipeline, keeps on top of your leads, then that is a worthy investment. And I'm not connected with anybody. I'm not going to mention any CRMs here today, because I don't have a favorite. I've got the one that I use, but you'll learn once you're sort of in one, it's hard to change because you set it all up and it takes a lot of time. So, and they know that, right? So you've got this investment of time to get a new one set up. So CRMs know that. So do pick wisely when you choose the one that you're going to use. But I will say it probably doesn't matter which one you choose, as long as it has the features you need. Okay, so if you don't need billing, then don't go with one that does billing. But you need to collect data. You need some process management, so some automation. You need the ability to have additional users in there and to be able to share data with them. You need the ability to be able to do email marketing. And so really that's how your CRM will give you the best possible results. All right. Now, once again, thanks for joining me for the live here in the Facebook group. If you're watching this video anywhere else, this is first broadcast inside the Business Success Network group on Facebook. And I want to invite you to come and join the group. There's over 1,200 entrepreneurs in that group, and they're getting access to this information plus other things that I share throughout the week. And not to mention all the other amazing entrepreneurs in there that also are willing to share their knowledge if you've got a question or you need some help with something. So head across to Facebook and look for the Business Success Network group if you're not already in that group. So you might be watching this on YouTube or somewhere else. I would love to see you in the group. group. So we ask you a couple of questions. Just make sure you answer those questions honestly, and that's all we need from you to be able to allow you into the group. If you don't answer the questions, then we don't let you in. Or if you look spammy or promotional, you're not going to get in there either. But we'd love to have you in the group if you're a genuine entrepreneur wanting to take your business to the next level. All right, I've been Ben Futrell. You've been fantastic for tuning in till the end of the video. Thanks again for tuning in live, for those of you that are here live. And until next week, may your CRM deliver you amazing sales results. See ya.